Pre-match weekend fixture, Premier League against Sheffield United. And I think we can all start by saying our deepest sympathies and condolences to Alison Becker and his family. Very sad to lose a parent. And I think for me, when I heard about that, obviously when you told me that had happened, I think it made me realise that, you know, they're human beings just like us, you know, these players, and they're not immune to life happening to them. And I think we need to remember that, you know, as fans. They're not machines. So, yeah.
And
anyway. Say again?
And very young.
Yeah, and they're young as well.
Yeah, that's something people also forget. It's funny, you watch football and you think people the same age as you or something like that, but you're old enough to be, you are. You're old enough to be his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they go out and play in front of thousands of people week in, week out, do the PR stuff as well and all that kind of stuff. And you forget, they're like, he's 21. They had their media training and all that, but...
Yeah. Absolutely.
Playing in front of all those fans.
Yeah. So it's a big weekend. In fact, it's a big couple of weeks for Liverpool, I think, in the Premier League. The next few fixtures is Sheffield United away, Chelsea home, Fulham home, and Wolves away. They're the next 4 Premier League games we've got.
Yeah.
So we really need maximum points to get our season back on track in the league. I really believe they have to win these games. And what was interesting was the press conference today for Klopp when he said that Jota looks good. So potentially he could be back, if not the weekend, for Chelsea. And so that's good news. Yeah. Anyway, so...
but let me say something. Let me just say something.
Sorry, no. Let me welcome Donny to the channel. And hopefully this is the first of many appearances.
Let's see.
I'm looking to rename the channel because Cop Talk TV exists and it kind of hampers it when people search for us. If they're searching for us at the moment, maybe they're not, but you know, when they do start. So I like You'll Never Talk Alone. I think that's good because we're talking. And just at the end, LFC, you know, at the end of it.
Leave it as Klopp Talk, it's fine.
We'll see. I need to see because I think it's hurting us in terms of, I don't want to be identified with that Cop Talk TV. I don't know. We need to think about it, but I think it's something we might have to address in the coming weeks. Thoughts, Yazmeister?
Yeah, let's We'll address that. Off air. We'll address it off air.
Yes.
People don't want to hear about our...
No. I'm just saying the plans for...
Absolutely. So let's talk football. Let's just talk football. Sheffield United away on Sunday night.
You'd normally say it's a 3 points in the bag, wouldn't you?
No chance. I don't see any 3 points in the bag anywhere at the minute.
You normally do that, right?
We've got to the stage now where, as I was saying to Jason earlier today, obviously with Henderson being injured and Fabinho doesn't look like he's going to be ready for the weekend, I think Klopp's hand is going to be forced to bring in someone like Ben Davies or Nat Phillips to play next to Kabak.
Nat Phillips all day long.
They had a skinhead as well. He looks really strong and hard now. He's in the skinhead.
He's a skinhead.
He's had a skinhead. He's had his hair
Has
off.
he?
Yeah, he's had his hair off. So he looks like a right hard nut now. What I'm saying is, we should have done this 5 games ago because we've done really poorly. Yeah, we've done really poorly in those 5 games anyway, and they would have been established now.
And Nat Phillips, old-fashioned, typical English defender, goes in, puts everything in, all effort, great header of the ball. I'd have him there all day long.
What's changed though, Donny, from that old-fashioned English defender is they're needed to play football, and it strikes me as his feet aren't. He's not blessed with elegance.
Yeah, but we just need someone to step in and defend that goal, and that he does. I think. Well, we haven't seen enough Kabak. Forget Kabak. It's too early to make judgment on him. But in terms of defending, offering that protection, Phillips all day long.
Yeah, I think Phillips is suited to Sheffield United. I think Ben Davies would be suited for Sheffield United. He's a British player. He would.
Enough of him.
Yeah, but you got to give the guy a chance, man. What did we sign him for if we're not going to play him?
Yeah.
You know,
I'm not
put him in. Put him in. I think he's probably better for this game than Kabak, to be honest with you, because I think he's
a bit of a mare against Everton.
Yeah, but I think Phillips, I think Davis, I think this is a game made for him. Sheffield United, all right, they are a Premier League team, but it looks like they're flirting with the Championship next year at the moment anyway. So he's come from the Championship. He'll be used to playing players like what Sheffield United have. So for me, I think he would be a better choice at centre back than Kabak.
What I think though is we're overemphasising on this defence. You know what? If we go out and attack teams how we attack teams, we don't really need to worry about defence that bloody much.
But the problem, I think in the few games that I've seen, the defence, we defend as a unit, right? 11 players defend the ball, and there wasn't enough pressing and urgency in some of the games I saw from the midfield and the front three.
Absolutely.
Defending.
But if we've got the ball, then we shouldn't need to defend. That's what Donny's saying. We're not retaining the ball enough. We're getting turned over quickly. We're not winning the ball back quickly enough. When you've got the ball and you're on the opposition's half, I could play at centre back. It don't really matter. But it's we're getting bombarded from the left, from the right, through the middle, and we're putting players, inexperienced players, really under pressure. So I think it's for everyone to step up. I think Keita will start this weekend.
Is he?
Yeah, Keita's been training all week, and I think he will stay with the front three, and Jota will probably get some minutes as a substitute. But I fancy Keita to come in and play with Thiago and Wijnaldum, and the back four, as I said, left and right. Kabak, and then whoever he chooses to play with Kabak, and Alisson, for obvious reasons, may well not play either, depending on what frame of mind the guy's in.
Yeah. It might. Well, we don't know him, so. But he strikes me as a very spiritual guy. He believes strongly in his faith, so maybe that will give him some comfort as well. So.
Well, I think first things first. Let's get this game under our belts. Let's win it.
Yeah.
West Ham. We're not even looking at one team. We're looking at 5 or 6. West Ham away to Man City tomorrow lunchtime. Let's win this one, and then let's hope we can do Chelsea on. I think it's Thursday.
Yeah.
Then, see where it takes us.
And then it's Fulham and Wolves. So. These are games we should be winning, really. If we want to finish in the top 4, we have to win these next 4 games. If we don't win Sunday, it's going to be very difficult for top 4. Very difficult. We have to win that game.
We're talking on last season's results and last season's performances, because we're talking about if we don't win these next 4 games, we haven't won 2 games back to back since I think November.
Yeah.
So
yes, well they need to start
down for a game at a time to start with. I think let's put to bed hopefully, and then see where it takes us. We've got to play it as a game. It's like a cup final of the week now. We've got no space for any mistakes.
Would you bring anyone back? Let's say Brewster, Elliott.
Brewster, we sold him to them.
Would you bring anyone back?
We can't bring Brewster back.
Saying, would you bring any of those players back now with the injuries that we've got?
What, Elliott? Harvey Elliott?
No.
Leave him where he is. Let him develop, man. He's too early for him. There's no one else.
I look at Jones. Yeah, and because he's the player he is, and he's been given a chance, and he's going to be a quality player for us. I just think that maybe he let too many people go.
No, I don't know about that.
I'd say, in hindsight, it's easy, but
I think the mistakes the club made are they let Lovren go, and they didn't bring someone in.
I never liked him. Sorry, if they
didn't
like Lovren.
Yeah, you may not like him, but he did a good job for Liverpool the majority of the time.
Yeah, good game, but
I think the thing is, you let a defender go, and your other two. Well, Van Dijk has been a machine the last few years, but if he gets an injury, you're relying then on Matip and Gomez, who are not robust. They don't complete seasons ever without injury.
I know, but you can't. I think it's really difficult to say, like, we should have played a centre back in the summer. But who would have guessed that you would lose 3 centre backs?
Well, two of them, you could have said they're probably going to go at some point or another. Not together. You wouldn't have predicted all of them together.
Season.
But two of them, you would have thought, they're going to go. What he did was he said, well, we've got Fabinho who can play there. So if we need to throw him in for a few games, he can play there. But he's had to take Fabinho out of the midfield for the whole season.
And he's got injured.
And now he's injured. And then you got Henderson. Yeah, and this is the problem. The energy, the dynamism from midfield is not there now. And I think that's affected Thiago as well. Because Thiago was brought to play with these guys, no disrespect, Curtis Jones and Wijnaldum. He was brought in to play with Fabinho, protecting the back four, Henderson, with the energy.
Thiago was brought in not to defend. No, he was going to be a free role, if you like, and just...
Yeah, the quarterback.
And now he's asked to do that, like you said, to do that defensive job that he's, our team has been renowned to do. But we it's difficult because we're at a situation now where we are to blame really for where we are a little bit, because if you look at the last 2 or 3 seasons, okay, we have had a core of about 13 players, 14 players. Okay, and some have left. Okay, and the ones that we're asking now, the Ox, Shaqiri, Origi, we know they're not good enough. We know that for the last 2 or 3 years they haven't been asked to do a job. Now with all these injuries coming in, you're asking Origi and Shaqiri. Shaqiri was a championship player. Yes, he's got quality, no doubt, but he will show you a pass or a shot or a goal or an assist once every. So we had to get players in that were going to. And what confuses me is with Liverpool, when we talk about injuries and we talk about our decisions are poor. I think like Minamino, he's gone to Southampton and he's playing in the correct position because we didn't play him in the correct position, and the bloke's looking like he can do a job. But at Liverpool, we're playing him at centre midfield.
Yeah.
But then you can't put him instead of Firmino, can you?
But you can. This is what I'm saying. That the front three between them throughout the season, at some stage or another, have all not played well enough. And you've got to be big and brave and say, you know what, because the results haven't gone our way anyway. So what's the reason for not being big and bold? So we're in a very trappy situation there because there's teams that are playing well around us. There's teams on form around us. And there's teams that, are full of confidence. And that, unfortunately, at the moment, we don't have any of those things. And, we've got to really really muck in now and start getting some points from the board.
Oh no, it's desperate, man. Desperate times. We must win on Sunday.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think we should get Coutinho back?
I would have never sold him in the first place, but obviously selling him brought Alisson and Van Dijk. So
would you get?
You can't say it was a mistake, can you? You know. But I love Coutinho. I loved him. I think
players going back never seem to work.
Yeah, I would take him back all day long.
I don't know.
He hasn't even played. He hasn't even played with Barcelona for how many years? He's not even in their squad. He's not even in their team.
Well, I would get him back. I would get him back at Liverpool. He's loved at Liverpool. The fans love him. I think, well, the majority of the fans anyway. I think he's a fantastic player. I really do. And I think he links up well with Firmino as well. And he brings the best out of Firmino. He's good with Mane and Salah as well. You know, that when he was in the team and he left us in 2018 in January, and went, I think we would have won the Champions League that year if he'd have stayed in the team. If he would have stayed with us that season, because we were ripping teams to pieces with him in the team, with those front four, it was like him with the front three. The football we were playing was unbelievable.
We didn't do too badly.
No. I'm not saying it was a mistake because of what's happened since. Obviously, Klopp's not an idiot. He knows what he's doing, and I think he wanted him to stay, but Coutinho wanted to go. So what can you do? You let him go.
I think the club wanted to. Let's be, the club, business-wise, made a lot of sense for them.
Oh, yeah.
We buy a player for $7.5 million. And, if we didn't sell Coutinho, would we have won the league? Would we have won the Champions League? Probably not.
No, yeah.
Because you wouldn't have brought those players in. We're not Man City. We don't go out and we spend stupid amounts of money on £50 million players that don't even make the squad, And that's what we've done. We've gone and brought those players in. And you know what? Donny talks about bringing him back. We went and got a cheaper version at 29 in Thiago, similar player. Flair player, vision player, and just an assist of the front three. Similar roles, if you like. That's what Thiago's original role would have been had we didn't get the injuries. It would have been a free role around the front three, dinking balls, etc. So, but you can never go back. I don't see the going back. He's been a failure at Barcelona, and that's the truth. He
won the Champions League at Bayern Munich, though, didn't he?
Yeah, but he should have been at Bayern Munich. If you go to Barcelona, why do you get sent out on loan to Barcelona to Bayern Munich?
Yeah,
it'll all be all right, lads. It'll all be all right. Listen, I'm going to say this to you now. Before the end of March, Virgil will be back.
Yeah, I said that today. I reckon he's about 3 weeks away. I don't know why. I watched the videos
away,
and I think he's not far away. The club haven't said anything. A, to put pressure on him. B, to just whatever. But I wouldn't be surprised in about, I reckon, by the second leg of the next round of the Champions League, whether he's back or not.
Yeah, I think he'll be back before the end of March for sure.
I think he'll be back. I think he'll be back ready for the quarterfinals if we're in them.
Yeah, but you've got to be mindful that he's doing non-contact. He's doing non-contact ball. That's key. If he gets involved in a nasty tackle on the pitch, it's easy watching the videos on NFC TV and thinking, "Oh, look at that! He's kicking a ball. He's doing jogging, or he's running, or he's fit." But that's not all of it's non-contact so far. Once he goes into a 60-40, 70-30, or whatever it might be, that could be it. So I think it's a month away yet.
I'm not. It'll be all right. We just need 2 or 3 good confidence-boosting games, and we'll be fine. All confidence. That's all it is.
Well, I'm going for Mane to be the match winner against Sheffield United. My MOM is going to be Mane.
I think Bobby's due a good performance. I'm going to go Bobby, man of the match.
I'm going to go Salah.
Well, you're a bit predictable, aren't you, mate?
Sorry?
You're a bit predictable.
No, I mean, listen, for me, if you look at the front three, the only one of them that really has been consistent this season, scoring-wise, is Salah. You know.
Yeah, but Bobby's due a big performance.
But my favourite player is Mane. I mean, I love watching him play. I think he's such a great player. I really think he's got... For me, when he joined the club, I finally got over Suarez leaving. For me, when he joined, he was that player, that X-factor player. And he was the beginning of it.
I don't think I'm still mourning Suarez.
Yeah, I still wish Suarez would have never left. But, you know, listen.
So did you see him midweek?
Against Chelsea, yeah. He's such a... I mean... He just wants to win at all costs. He doesn't care, you know. He's got, and I know against us, he was flying into the tackles against Robertson, and he was
genius. That's what he was. Genius.
Yeah, he was, but he still remains the most gifted player I've ever seen play for Liverpool. I mean, skillful player. Live, to see him live play football is unbelievable. I mean, for Gerrard's probably the best player I've seen live, the best, but the most skillful, although he didn't stay long enough to be the greatest Liverpool player, was Suarez. Definitely. I mean, Gerrard he dragged Liverpool for about 10 years above where they should be. And he attracted better players to the club because they wanted to play with him. So, yeah, Gerrard was amazing. But yeah, Suarez is the one that got away. The one that got away, eh?
Just like that liver bird on your shoulder. Your other shoulder.
Hey?
What's on your other shoulder? You need good positioning.
Yeah. Anyway, boys.
All
so
right.
We're going for a victory, yeah?
Bobby man of the match. That's what I'm going for. I'm not going to go for a scoreline or a prediction.
No. We're not going to do scorelines.
I'm just going to say Bobby, man of the match.
We just want a victory. I don't care how it happens. Own goal from one of their players. I couldn't care less. 3 points.
Yeah, we need the pressure to come off. We need the smile on the faces.
Yeah.
And we need... I mean, it's a double game week. Everyone's going to play twice this week. I think most teams are playing twice anyway.
Yeah.
If we beat Sheffield United on Sunday and see how the other results go, I mean, Chelsea on Thursday, I think it's a 6-pointer.
Yeah, they've got Man United as well, haven't they, on Sunday?
It's a 6-pointer. I mean, there's some big games coming. We just got to worry about ourselves. There's enough games to make it right if we do what we need to do for ourselves. And
yeah, definitely.
That'll be the first thing. But let's get these 3 on the ball. And then hopefully build up from there.
What's that, Donny?
Come on, Bobby.
Come on, Bobby.
I'm all over Mane.
Brace. There you go. There's a prediction for you.
What's that?
Bobby to grab a brace. There's a prediction for you.
Well, I'll settle for that now. All right, guys.
All right, lads. Have a good week.
Thanks for joining in, and we'll